everybody. It's Wednesday. You know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people, featuring the Gentleman Society of Podcasting. Myself, Harvey, my heterosexual life mate, David.
Hello.
The ever-loving AJ.
And David.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, that's you. Yeah.
I'm not David. I'm and David.
And David.
Wasn't there a movie where there was like and somebody?
Yeah, what was that?
Like, and a name.
And
Was that
was
like Handmaid's Tale or something like that?
I
I don't watch the thing.
I don't
or
know.
read the book or. Oh.
remember.
Oh no, it's of. Somebody.
Arrested Development was Anyong. His name was, and that which
just
is
means
like
hello in
Korean. Yeah, well, that's what I was. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about at all today.
Well, technically, I have been to Korea. So.
That's true. You have been there. Yeah, we're doing a very select travel episode today. AJ and I are going to discuss that we've talked a little bit about periods and doses of past podcasts about our trip to New York City, which was one wild adventure that we don't even know how the hell it happened.
It was crazy.
We're going to talk about it kind of in great length and detail. And what year did that take place?
1953.
No, it must have been 2009. I'm going to say 2008, 2009.
It was at least 11 years ago, if not more.
All right,
just for timeline's sake.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking at, just before the 2010s.
Yeah.
Dave's going to interject with some of his stories of his trip to New York that you took with your lovely Lord.
Yes, and that was about 2007.
Okay, so we're all around the same
time.
So we're going to talk about trippy dippies to New York.
Very interesting place, New York City.
It was.
It's the craziest. This was not my first time there, but this was like my first real dose of New York. It was.
Yeah, it was my first time.
Yep. I've only been the once. Well, I've been a couple of times afterwards, but that was worky stuff, which, get off the plane, drive to the office, go do thing, blah, blah, home.
Yeah, for sure. A couple of things I'll say, I think obligatory when you talk about New York City. In our experience, people are fucking awesome. We had nothing but great experiences with everybody we did. However, Manhattan does indeed smell like piss. Does not matter how clean it is. Doesn't matter where you are.
I don't remember that smell, I have to admit.
Oh, look at you.
My big thing was going from, I was at one end of the lovely park, Central Park, which was near the exit of our hotel. And one day we decided, hey, you know what? Let's go and take the subway to the other end and we'll walk back. That sounds like a great idea. Got off the subway. Wow.
Different up that way?
Holy F, yes.
Yeah.
Is one end of that not Harlem?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
is that where you got out?
That's where we got out.
Okay.
And again, I can't remember the exact, but all I remember is we get out, and as soon as we get out, it's one of those looking around and going, yep, it's very different compared to the other place that's back that way.
I hear there are a lot of globetrotters there.
Yeah, but it was actually kind of cool because I remember sitting there, and that was back in the smoking days, and it went, I'm sitting there like, okay, a little nervous, and can I have a smoke? Sure, you go. Oh, fuck, this is a Canadian cigarette. How you doing? And actually, it was a great experience.
Who said cigarettes didn't do anything good for anybody?
Exactly. Right? Nothing bad happened. It was just one of those silly, one end of the park, very high class. This end, not so much. People just kind of lounging around in the random way that they do.
That's kind of the beauty of New York.
Oh, it was. It was nice.
You had your rich, your poor, a little bit of everything, kind of hodgepodge. You're making it, the Big Apple, right?
It's a melting pot.
It is a melting pot. All right. So let's break into the story.
Fondue pot of interestingness.
I like that.
That's pretty good, actually.
Pot of interestingness.
All right. Let me set up the scene here. Okay.
Picture it. Sicily.
Picture it. Sicily. 1612. So, as I mentioned before, I am an aspiring filmmaker, and the first time I went to New York was for those purposes, to see if we're going to do something with that. And along the way, I met a wonderful friend. I'm not going to mention her name, just to be on the safe side for her sake.
We'll just call her her.
Yeah, her. We'll call her, yeah.
Hopefully she identifies as such.
Yeah, exactly.
Them.
She and I befriended each other the first trip, and so she had asked to see if I wanted to come to New York to see if I'm looking to film stuff, just to see sets and things like that.
Cool.
And that's a great idea. Couple of problems with this. One, I did not have a license, let alone own a car.
Yep.
Two, I was broke, like really broke, like jobless broke.
As a joke,
Yeah,
broke,
like
is,
broke
a
is
broke
a
is a
joke.
Yeah.
And three, back in the days of having minutes on your cell phone, I was so broke I couldn't afford minutes on my cell phone. So it was a really weird situation to be in. And this is back before the 2010, so Messenger wasn't really as the thing that it is today.
Yeah.
You know, like you could just...
Well, internet and message, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You could email, which we did a lot of, but anyways.
Yeah.
So this became a challenge for me because I wanted to go, but I had no way of going.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to rely on our friend Carlos because his phone situation, he had a better phone situation than I did.
His work?
So, exactly. So I had to utilize his phone. And AJ got brought in because he has a car and he had money.
See,
and a great personality.
Of course.
Wonder.
Well, what I remember is
just the basic building blocks. So we're all friends, right?
Is meeting up with you at a mutual friend's house.
Yes.
I'm not going to say who and where.
Yeah.
But and why. But I remember going there and hey, Chris is there and he's discussing this with me like, hey, I have this opportunity.
Yeah.
But no car.
Yeah.
No money.
Very straightforward.
So
like exactly how it is, yeah.
No, that was good to at least be open and straight.
He's like, hey, here's the situation. You want to come?
Yeah.
And I said, yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not even a question. He's just like,
let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what if this is like, well, I'll figure it out. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, Are we going to get to the full details of everything? Do you want to?
The full details.
Are we gonna
when
break
we
it
cross
everything?
the border?
Oh yeah.
We are.
Okay.
Oh,
But no, we're standing. We haven't discussed too much, but we talk about the story.
I have no problem with it.
We talk about the story quite often. So, anyways, Carlos decides, or he's going to come along with us. So it's the three of us that are going to go.
That I really, honestly, have no idea how he got himself involved in.
Well, it is what it is. So we're going to get into the details of why that's an interesting scenario to talk about. So what happened was we've decided we're going to go, and we have a place to stay. So that's the one benefit. We have a place to stay in New York. That's a good.
That is good.
That's a really
for
good
free.
thing. For free.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even better.
Even better, right? So that's kind of what it is. It's like, well, if we can get there, we can stay. And the crazy part was, I think we probably could have stayed longer if we really chose to, which is kind of
Probably.
bonkers, right? I think we could have never come back if we really wanted to.
Probably.
It just, honestly, it just became such a great time. Every day came better. So, as the pre-rituals go, and you're going, or pre-crossing border rituals go, we clean out AJ's car of any like marijuana paraphernalia, like that, right? Because you're not allowed to bring this stuff across the border. No. So we did all that stuff and fine. And we packed light. We packed our longboards. We packed just a few clothes, and then we just kind of got food and stuff along the way for the most part.
Or PSPs.
Yeah, PSPs. Oh my god! Holy shit!
Aging yourself.
Which I'm pretty sure I left my charger.
Oh, I think you did.
Yeah.
I think you did. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. We had a friend lend us a skateboard because we were one short. So shout out to her for helping us out.
Nice.
And then so we get to the border, and everything's going great. We're having a great time, good conversation. Everything's going awesome. And Border Patrol's nice. I think both AJ and I cracked a couple jokes with them. It seems like a pretty good scenario. Like, right on, this is pretty breezy. This is pretty sweet. As you know, from our home to New York, it's about a 6 to 8 hour drive, depending on how fast you're driving.
Nice.
I think it's about right. Is that about right?
That was about 9.
Maybe 9.
I thought it was
maybe about 9. Okay, maybe about 9. Yeah. So as we're kind of wrapping up our check at the border, they ask the standard, "Do you have any weapons on you?" And we're like, "No, of course not. I have no weapons." And for whatever reason, Carlos mentions that he has a razor blade in a little pocket in his shoe. And we're like, why did you mention that?
Why do you say something?
Yeah.
So
why do you have and why are we bringing it up?
Now we are a risk.
Yep.
And the whole kit and caboodle, hands on the ground,
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then we got taken into an interrogation room. We were separated.
Oh, wow. Full tilt.
And what's fun is try to explain why you're going to New York with no money.
I think we had maybe like $600 or something like that.
I think you're being generous, sir. I think you're being really generous. I think $100 might be pushing it. Honestly, we really didn't have anything, and like I surely did. I had a bit of money in my bank account. That was about it. When we're saying broke, we're saying broke. And so the three of us are in this spot where like we don't know how the hell we're going to get out of this. Like how are we going to get across the border? What's going to do? So both of us are losing our minds. There's this one Terminator-looking cop. This guy was huge,
Yep.
Nice.
just massive. And the three of us are sitting there, just trying to think like what we're going to do, whatever. He walks straight up to us, and I think BJ was like, or Carlos was in the middle of us, and he just looks at me and goes, "I can only think of two reasons why." He's basically going on about razor blades, yada yada.
Yeah.
Why do you have one? He goes, "I can only think of two reasons why you would have a razor blade: that to cut people, or cut drugs. So which is it?" And that moment, like, yeah, I can't think of another reason why you would have a razor blade on you either. Like, why would you have one? I don't know. That's the only reason. That's it. I can't remember what. We know that Carlos has an affinity for knives and blades.
Yes,
and
yes.
He's not a violent person or anything like that. That's just the thing that he does.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he's trying to get across, but it's not like, it's not landing well.
Yeah, you still don't bring it across the border.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
agreed.
no-no.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we can get razor blades across the border, man.
Yes.
He pulled a good one though. He his reasoning was, and because we had long boards,
yeah.
was to get the gum
Oh,
off of the wheels
Right.
of
if
the board.
anybody rolled over a piece of
It's
gum
just
on
a
the
tool.
ground.
I apologize,
Exactly.
and it's in
And
my shoe because I need it when we're out.
Exactly.
boarding.
And we all had skate tools. We all had wax.
Yeah.
We had all that
That
stuff.
is a good
that we were gonna
point.
need.
I
So
like
it actually
that.
worked out well. That was, I would say, the breaking of the defenses of whatever.
Yeah,
The final stick was we all had to do like an interrogation with one of the Border Patrol
Yeah.
agents. But I'm not going to try to get cocky with it, but I think it was my story that kind of sold us out of there.
probably.
Yeah. So I kind of just
gotcha.
snapped into action and I said, yeah, come on, my friend. He's an idiot. Here's the situation. Here's why we had it. Yada, yada. We just had an opportunity to go to New York. A friend of mine works in the industry. Yeah, kind of just laid it out for
just
him.
explain what was
Exactly
happening.
what's going on, right?
Gotcha.
And he's like, you know how stupid it is, though, to drive with come here with no money? Because now, and I've also had some issues with border stuff because I am not legally allowed to work within the U.S. And because I have openly opted my script within New York, within the U.S. There was, I don't think there is anymore, but there was a worry that I was going to try to make money without being registered to do so. Oh, I've had numerous conversations at airports about this. Okay?
Nice.
So that's how I know this is the thing. So this is also something I'm a little bit worried about because this could definitely come in my thing. But they were able to verify where we were going to stay and that we were going to stay there and whatever. And they basically just said, you know what, just if you're going to come, don't be idiots and don't bring money and don't bring razor blades.
Well,
Just
bring money, but don't
bring
bring
money, but don't bring razor blades. So we were there for I felt like a long time.
I think we were there for a good hour and a half.
Yeah.
Oh,
At
that is a
least.
while, but that's
At
not
least.
okay.
Not the worst, but it was really rough. So
And they
anyways,
ripped the car apart.
They did, yeah. We had to put it back.
I've
together.
only ever had that happen coming back into Canada.
Amazing.
Oh, we'll get there to our experience coming back into Canada.
Indeed.
But yeah, I was like, I looked at Chris when Carlos went into his little chit chat there. I looked at him and said, if they look at him and say you can't come in, but you two can, I'm fucking leaving his ass here.
Yeah, that's true. That was it. He was so pissed. We were all of us were pissed. I mean, it was dumb.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
was dumb. It was really dumb.
But fortunately,
Fortunately, it worked out.
it worked out, and on our way we went.
Yeah,
Nice.
and we had a really great drive.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, aside from that, and we tried to get the ribbing out of the way early. We didn't want Carlos to feel like horrible about it, but. Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
I gotcha. Nail into them and then,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I gotcha.
And then, and then we find ourselves. We didn't. I did not realize this because the last time I went to New York was by bus, so we didn't know this. There's a lot of fucking tolls that you got to pay when you're driving in pretty much any of the interstates of the U.S. But I remember I was paying a bunch of tolls coming into New York City.
What was it coming? I remember paying a bunch going to New Jersey.
That too, yeah. Both
But,
I remember.
yeah,
paying.
maybe it was coming into
Yeah, which I thought was really weird, but whatever. And I remember I was looking for parking downtown in Manhattan, which was so stupid. Like, why would we even do that?
Yeah.
And it was like $30. This is 2000.
for a day. Oy vey.
For a night.
Yeah.
It was overnight. Like, what is
it
this?
kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we learned very quick that you cannot stall on a red light. You have to go as soon as a green green light.
Oh, yeah.
Go. Or you're gonna honk that.
Oh yeah,
Meh.
like the second it turns, like you can't
Your
even.
foot has
you
better
can't even
already be
fart.
pushing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It was amazing. And so that was fun. But then we made our way to Brooklyn, which is where we're meeting our friend
Mhm.
this place today, who generously gave us her place because she was staying with her significant other at their place. So
Nice.
It was an interesting scenario at the place we stayed.
it really was.
Apparently, there was a roommate that we saw once.
Oh, okay.
Once or twice.
Once or
yeah.
twice. Nice older Jamaican lady.
Mhm. She was
well.
sweet.
Oh, she was super nice. We were all like paranoid and scared, like keeping really quiet.
Oh, I got you.
And when we finally did talk, she was like, "Well, if I knew you were here, I would have made you guys a whole bunch of food and stuff." And
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Oh, we should have said something.
Said something.
Been louder, damn
But we're
it.
all trying to be like, walking on eggshells. We don't upset her.
Well,
so-
and yeah, I can understand. Yeah, that makes sense. I would have done that same thing.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Going outside on the fire escape for cigarettes.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
pretty fun, actually.
that was actually pretty cool.
because
Yeah.
you can kind of people watch.
Yeah.
right? And we were in.
And there's lots of people.
Oh my god.
Well, Brooklyn, it was interesting. It felt like a neighborhood, right? It didn't so much. I guess we didn't really leave that neighborhood per se.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just interesting sitting on a fire escape. It was kind of like you're in a movie, right? Sitting on a fire escape, having a rolly smoke because we've bought like a pouch of tobacco.
Oh,
gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
we were doing pouchy
Those
tobacco,
days.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. Well, we thought it would last longer. We're so broke, we couldn't buy packs of cigarettes. So it was like, well, we'll just do patches, a pouch of tobacco and rollies.
And cigarettes were way more expensive than I remember them being in the States.
Yeah, they were at that
I don't
time.
know. I remember going to the States, I guess when I was a kid, and them being like $2,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
$3 for a pack
I
of
remember that.
smokes, and then we went and it was roughly the same
Yeah, for sure.
as up here. So
It was just not worth it.
Yeah.
At that
Yeah, it's a
time.
common thing nowadays.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we got the rolly smokes at the bodegas.
And I still remember starting smoking. It was $4 a pack.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus!
I remember those days, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Those
for
great
sure.
days.
Mm-hmm.
My God. I felt like most of our moments in New York had kind of like that movie like quality to it. What did we do early on? We pretty much skated everywhere.
See, that's
we
pretty
got
cool.
there. We skated. We walked around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Came into like block parties.
Yep.
And stuff like that.
Those were awesome.
Remember, there was like, I think, in front of our friend's significant other's house on their street was like a Latin
Oh, nice.
block party they were having or something.
Yeah, big old barbecue.
That's
and
kind of what I
music.
remember, just because I think the music was very South American,
Gotcha.
kind
Gotcha.
Latin
of sounding
influenced.
Latin influenced, and yeah, it was crazy.
It was really
and
nuts.
again, like you're saying, very movie
Yeah.
Nice.
movie quality,
Side of it.
movie-esque sort of scenario, right?
In that scenario, one of those block party scenarios,
Yeah.
cops came by, shut it down. Like 5 minutes later, start right back up.
Yeah,
Oh my
nice.
God, it was
Actually, it's
great.
funny. That movie scenario, like I still remember walking down the street. It was not terribly late, but there's a cop car partially parked on the sidewalk, everything. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
the ambience, the light, it looked like, I was like, crap, this looks like a freaking New York movie.
It does, yeah. So many
What's great, of
things.
course, I came over, knocked on the window, and asked the wonderful police officer, "Can I take a picture?" You can take the picture of the back of the car. Hi.
There you go.
geez.
Oh,
Yeah, I
there.
got that somewhere because it looked cool.
Yeah.
I remember bars being on the windows everywhere,
Yeah, that was different.
like every house or apartment building.
That's
or,
common here now.
It's becoming common. It was more common in the U.S. for.
Oh God, well, at least
Whoever.
New York. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
at least
I think
yeah.
it was the neighborhood we were into.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
think it
fair.
was
That's fair. That's fair.
Sure.
was a very
Yeah.
safe
Yeah,
neighborhood.
like in my neighborhood where I live currently, we don't do it. But you go up a couple, and it's already starting.
See, I was blown away. What blew my mind, what I'd never seen before, was Hasidic Jewish people.
Yeah.
There were a lot of that in the neighborhood that we were in. With
Oh.
they had the curls and the hat and the whole
Nice.
Hasidic Jewish
I gotcha,
person
gotcha.
thing. I thought it was pretty neat.
That was
I
actually
like, hey,
really cool.
That's kind of cool.
We learned a lot about
Yeah.
Judaism.
I have to admit,
actually.
I've never seen that actually in public. The only place I've seen that is at an airport.
Well, yeah, it's interesting because it's very prevalent in Brooklyn. That's
Mhm.
I think that's where
yeah.
their
Well,
main.
it's a classic movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
gotcha.
But where I think we talked to a few Jewish people there, but I think we got the majority of our information was when we were in Times Square, and there was a group of them. There's
Well, the woman that her apartment we were staying in, I believe she's Jewish,
yeah, definitely, yeah.
So-
So we got a lot of information,
and
from
we
her as
did
well.
we did hang
Absolutely.
out with her a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, and then the subway was crazy.
Oh, the
Subway was
subway.
nuts.
Do you remember riding on the subway? and then all of a sudden we heard a bang.
Yes.
And then the whole subway stops.
Yeah,
Shitty deal.
Well, here's what happened. Somebody threw themselves against the side of the subway car as we were going through a station and got his foot caught in between the subway and the platform.
Yeah.
So we were sitting, I think we were in the subway car for a good 20 minutes or something like that.
Easy,
until they were like, okay, everybody get the fuck out.
Shit.
We get out, and there's nobody there.
Oh, did it direct you out?
There's nobody around. What had happened was the guy was so intoxicated that he managed to slip his foot out from in between the cars or something like that, and fucked off.
Yeah,
good for
the
him.
paramedics were there and everything, and
good for him.
It was so crazy
so many crazy things.
because remember, I think it happened. Carlos and Chris were sitting across from me, and it happened, behind them.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah.
I remember going and being so caught off guard of people of that kind of level in that situation in their life, and everybody, myself included, just walking around like ignoring it, like people literally lying on the sidewalk, piles of people in alleyways and shit.
Yeah.
And what's sad about it, and not going a little off, sorry, is just like fucking London now.
Oh, yeah.
Downtown.
Man, for sure.
Like, holy fuck, is it just.
Oh, it's nuts, dude.
It is insane. Like, and it's one of those things. I'm not trying to say that it's okay, but at least with New York, it was them and us together.
Yeah.
Like there was the things happening.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's just unfortunately them. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, Times Square.
Yeah, Times Square.
Times Square.
Times Square is amazing.
Times Square was a trip.
It is
man.
incredible.
We did a lot of the touristy type
Oh
stuff.
hell yeah!
Oh,
You
yeah,
have
you
to.
We did the Hershey. The Hershey
factory.
store, the
Yep,
Hershey
I
factory, or
remember
whatever,
that
the
thing.
M&M store.
Yeah.
Went to FAO Schwartz and played
Yeah.
on the big piano like the Tom Hanks did. in
Nice.
Big.
was a
I
good
don't think
time.
I did that when I went, but nice.
It was. I believe it was in a different location than when they shot the movie.
Oh yeah.
I think when they
entirely
shot
possible.
the movie, it was in where Toys R Us was,
Right
in
in
Times
the
Square.
Times Square one. Yeah.
I've been in that.
Because
yeah.
FAO used to own Toys
That
R Us
stores, yeah.
in the U.S., right?
Back
so I
in
think
the
they
day.
switched or they moved
Gotcha.
FAO Schwartz down
Mm-hmm.
further down Fifth Avenue
Yeah.
into the more swanky
Gotcha.
down by the park.
That wasn't by the. I remember all
It was
the.
by the Apple Store.
I think
the
think
one
so,
where you
but
go is
no,
like
the
Big
one
Apple Store, you go
hotel that
underground.
we saw with all the horses.
The Plaza.
Yeah, the Plaza. Yeah. That's like it made FAO Schwartz look like so ritzy because everything around it is so classy.
Again, going back to my quick just
Yeah.
hotels. Oh, the one that, like, don't get me wrong, we were there for, I want to say 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
I paid a couple of dollars for this hotel.
You did.
Effing worth it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, the hospitality.
Food, the service, the hospitality, the wine. Like, it was amazing.
Oh, now that I'm like, I can afford things, I would happily go back. And pay for hotels. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
That'd be
for
great.
sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to get one of those funky ones like right in Times Square.
Yeah.
I think it was like the W or the something like that in Times Square and have like this really cool pattern up the side of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
The
that'd be
roofs
fun.
kind of jetted out like
Oh, okay.
offset blocks
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Sure, that's pricey, but it'd be worth it. It'd be well worth it.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be a lot of
For
fun.
sure.
Well, yeah, that's just a hotel like that. Like, again, for me, it's not so much the room size. Meh, don't care. It's more about the ability that it looks cool. It feels
Yeah.
cool to be in
The
that room. You
experience.
get a view, hopefully, ideally. And then, I'm also one of those guys. I love a little kickback.
Yeah,
it's a
man.
silly kickback. Like, a couple of chocolates, some truffles, some wine. Fuck it.
I'm
yeah.
the same. It means a lot. It goes a long way. It's a little
It
bit,
does.
but it goes a long way. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a fucking case of beer. It can
No.
just be.
I'll take a case of
I'll,
beer.
I'll take. Yeah, if they got one.
Doesn't have to be. I'll happily take just half a case.
Sure, whatever.
But yeah, so many crazy experiences. Like I can't even say which day what happened.
Oh, it all
Right?
kind of
Like, it
blurs.
kinda all- like we'll talk about Times Square.
Sure.
Sure. Yep.
So yeah, a lot of Jewish people.
Yeah.
A lot of people trying to sell their hip hop CDs.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
We got ripped off.
We sure did.
We got one that had nothing on it.
Nothing.
Oy vey.
But I don't even think we gave the guy. I think we gave him he tried to get I think it was like $10 or $15 out of us. Like we got $5.
Yeah, we got
Eh.
We got $5.
So we got $5.
Yeah, and he was okay.
Yeah. So it was a
so
double rip off.
He gave us a blank CD. We were approached. We almost went and saw a film about Scientology.
Oh,
we
nice.
did.
Very nice.
We were
Yes.
approached by someone saying, "Hey, why don't you come watch this movie, this free movie?"
Do I get
Yes.
free beers?
We were this close to doing that.
Yeah. We were hip on it though. We knew.
Oh yeah, we kneh it was going.
Yeah. We weren't like
we had some. I still have the pamphlet too. Somebody gave us a pamphlet, about the devil. I'm pretty sure it was the devil saying that like in the future we're all gonna have like barcodes on our foreheads and chips in our hands and
the chip is in the arm.
That's right.
That's where they put it now.
Right,
but it was the sign of the devil. It was the mark of the devil.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Oh, it was crazy. I'm 80% sure I still have the pamphlet. It's just
I should have brought
the
my
wackiest
pictures. I bought
shit.
pictures there too that I have at home.
Amazing.
Yeah, I should have brought those shit.
Yeah.
What else did we have? Went for a happy hour.
No, we did.
Never had a happy hour, like actual.
Oh, gotcha.
Actual happy hour, because I don't think that's legal to do.
Nah, they do it, but they do it their Canadian way. It's definitely not the same as the U.S.
Well, it's not cheap beer.
No. It's usually like
half price
apps and things like that. But
right, we had like $2 beer.
Yeah,
nice.
That was really fun.
That is cool.
Maybe like it was small. They were
But
small.
still,
little
$2,
beers.
whatever.
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was interesting. What else did man?
Well, I remember I'm a fan of nuance and interesting experience. Like I'm especially when you're in an environment that you're not usually in, and you're seeing things for the first time. But I remember late night, we were in Brooklyn. We decided to go in high drunk minds. We're like, let's go get some pizza or chicken or whatever. I don't know.
I think it was pizza or something.
Chicken, whatever.
Chicken. I think we ended up at a chicken place that sold pizza.
Yeah. It's just like it's a little hole in the wall, but like everything's open. This was just the one we decided to choose, and it's like 4 a.m, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like stupid, early, late. What do you want to call it? Because we've been having fun all night.
Stupid.
And it's too stupid. And we go in, and there's a single gentleman with how many kids?
I think he just had the one.
Just the one? Okay,
but he was like a toddler.
Yeah, a toddler.
Yeah,
toddler,
like 3.
Yeah.
And there's another lovely young lady who's ordering food, and this guy is macking on her hard, like so hard, trying to get her number. And I was like, think of all the facts for a second. It's 4 a.m. middle of this pizza joint.
Not only are you in the middle of a chicken/pizza joint, you're in the middle of a chicken/pizza joint that has 4-inch thick bulletproof glass.
Oh wow!
Separating you from like the counter and the workers behind it. So it's like one of those bodega-y kind of scenarios, right? And
then you have a gentleman with his toddler, 4 a.m, wide awake.
Yep.
And he's trying to get a piece while he's getting a piece.
Or a 2-piece.
Or 2-piece.
We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, he was ordering?
Oh, eventually he was going to order. He was in line to order, but he wanted to. He would love.
He was ordering and
home.
hitting on.
Absolutely,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He wanted some breast with his thigh.
Yeah,
for sure.
That was well done.
Well,
that was very well done.
Well, he was unsuccessful.
He sure was.
He was incredibly unsuccessful with this young lady.
She was not impressed at all. We were very impressed. We were so amused by this. If we could have done commentary, we fucking would have done commentary.
So what does he do, Dave? What do you think he does?
Gets angry, storms out of the restaurant, and says, "Fuck y'all."
Oh.
Sends in the 3-year-old.
That's right. That's right.
Send in the 3-year-old.
Yeah.
To get the phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Sends in the 3-year-old. His wingman.
Interesting maneuver.
It really was.
I'm not sure how that played out, mind you, but
either.
I would put some big money on how I guess it played out. But.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Another moment I really liked. We did a lot of skating through New York itself in Manhattan and Brooklyn, but also a lot through Central Park, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and just because it's
amazing.
It's so cool. It's just such a great park.
It is, and yeah.
Oh my god! And Carlos doing the sliding and there was like a little sliding competition happening. Sliding is just not like a thing that everybody does, and yet you got a bunch of longboarders that are doing it. Just in the middle of Central Park. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Nice.
How do you see that, right? And then I thought it was really fun us ducking to that bush and smoking a J.
Oh, yeah.
And wasn't there a couple of cops then? I think.
I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah.
There were a couple of cops that were right around us. We literally ducked in the middle of the bush in the middle of Central Park, just smoking a doob together.
Kind of like looking around all paranoid.
What's going on? What's over there?
I heard a sound.
Definitely many moons before it was legal.
way before it was legal.
Is it legal in New York now?
I believe it is.
I think it is in New York State, yeah.
It was state, yeah, gotcha.
For sure. Yeah, so that was really fun. And then other things that they do at Central Park, we went to see King Kong. They just were randomly showing movies in the park.
Oh, okay.
And they do like a fun gourmet popcorn thing, which was like, oh my god,
for free.
Nice.
for free,
It was free.
just all for free.
It was free.
Check it out.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
They had what do
It
we
is
have?
popcorn, but nice.
No, yeah, no.
We have no. It was popcorn with like crushed up Oreos and like
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
and
Oh,
like
okay.
Yeah, like legit gourmet.
icing,
Gotcha.
icing or
It
some
was
shit
like,
on top of
okay,
that.
that is fancy.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
there was another one that was like nacho cheese and had little
Right.
bitty Doritos in it. And
Someone went to
Nice.
town.
yeah, it was good stuff.
And
And it was free.
And the movie was great
good.
to see because I mean King Kong in New York,
Yeah.
right?
Well, it's,
Eh,
yeah.
it's a classic, right?
Yeah.
And just to be in the hill with everybody there, and I think I don't know if they did that this summer, or last summer, but it's something that they do. Like
Yeah, I think it was a regular
Yeah.
summer thing
Show
that they
classic
did.
Oh, yeah.
Like it was.
Nice.
I remember skating through earlier in the day, and I think we passed the same area,
Mhm.
and it was a blow up screen.
Oh, okay,
Right.
gotcha.
I'm like, what the fuck are they doing over
Yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah.
What's going on over here? And then a few hours later, we passed by. I was like,
Hey, that's what they're doing.
There's always something going on in that park.
Yeah. My
Yeah,
big
I'm-
thing when I went was I got to see an actual battleship. I can't remember
Oh,
which
wow.
one, but yeah, I got to go on an actual American battleship.
That'd be
cool.
so cool.
Oh, it
man.
was great. It was just, oh yeah, spent like an entire day doing that, and then I made the mistake of looking at the map, going, oh yeah, our hotel's just 6 blocks that way. We can walk. New York block.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
city,
neither have I, yeah.
city blocks are much. different.
Yeah,
I
it's-
learned my
It's
lesson.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
What else? Yeah, I think we did spend a bulk of our time in and around Central Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I
that
remember
makes sense.
we'd go up and down Broadway
Mhm.
on our skateboards, kind of come up Fifth Avenue.
We got stopped a lot. A lot of people
By-
very interesting.
Oh, by peeps.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
people just interested about longboarding like it was a new thing or something. Like it was
It
weird.
was
Kinda-
ish.
I guess so, but like I don't know. We felt like old hats at it by this point, know.
Yeah.
So to be in an environment where it's like, hey man, cool board you got there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
okay, let's talk about it. So
There were some fellers playing basketball the one night.
yeah,
I got a little paranoid.
paranoid.
I was like, let's go that way.
Oh yeah.
Instead of this way.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's gonna happen.
Our
here.
our diet consisted of pretty much street hot dogs.
Yeah, dirty water dogs.
Dirty water dogs.
Nice.
But then we aside from like our late night pizza johnts and other things, and then the odd time we'd splurge and do a happy hour, or we
Oh,
do
yeah.
like some fast food.
Oh,
Nice.
what was the one place we went to? It was like Dave's Famous Barbecue or something.
Oh yeah, that place was fucking awesome.
that place was
Nice.
great.
Holy shit, place was great. Right in
I'm not
Times Square. It was in Times Square, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of just off
yeah.
one of the side streets. I think it was across from that there.
And we went there because it was cheap.
Yeah.
Everything else was
It was
like
happy hour.
Yeah, yeah. Everything else was like $10 or $15 more. We're like, well, we don't need to be at Times Square, whatever. We'll just go to here. And yeah, it was a great time.
Nice.
And we had a lot of really.
Yeah, we got one of those big, everything platters.
Yeah,
Oh,
It
okay,
was like
gotcha,
$20
gotcha.
or something like that.
Oh shit, that is nice.
And then, I mean, I feel like we've talked mostly about our trip to New York. I'm sure there's many other things we can talk about. But then we took the pilgrimage to New Jersey,
Mhm.
which is where Kevin Smithed it up,
Gotcha.
and went to the Quick Stop, and we
Yeah,
ended
yeah.
up going to Red Bank and hanging out with Walt.
Nice.
I say hanging out, but really,
Yeah,
we
you're hanging out. You know.
We're shopping there.
So here's what happened. So we get there. And Chris has the video camera, and he
Yeah.
goes up and he's like, "Hey, can I shoot video in here?" And Mr. Walt Flanagan was cordial enough to, yeah, it's cool. And took pictures, and
Yeah.
they have like props from every movie.
Yeah. Well,
Kevin
that makes
Kevin
sense.
Smith's every
Yeah.
day.
For sure, yeah.
Gotcha.
And we're wandering up to the front, and I'm looking at the comic books. And Chris turns around to Walt Flanagan and says, "So does Smitty ever come in here?"
yeah.
And without missing a stride, Walt Flanagan looks at him with like the stinkiest stink eye you've ever. And he looks at him and he says, "That's Mr. Smith to you?"
Yeah, I got told.
And yeah, it was
Mr.
just one of those
Smith.
like, "Oh,
I got
do we
told.
have to leave now?"
But then he busted our balls, my balls some more. And he made
Yeah.
it a thing. And
Signed our comic books. And,
Yeah, he's great.
yeah, it was
Nice.
awesome.
He's really
And that's where we got a little map to go to the Quick Stop.
Yep.
And it was
Gotcha,
great. We went
gotcha.
in and we met the owners, and they had like pictures of Kevin
Oh, the
Smith
actual
and
stuff.
shooting
Yeah,
shooting clerks there and stuff like that.
It was surreal being in there. It,
Mhm.
it gives you, and now watching it, because we obviously
Yeah,
just did, I think, it gives you a greater appreciation of like what they were trying to do, and you're like, oh yeah, now that makes sense why they was shot from that angle because
Yeah.
they couldn't shoot from another angle.
Dude,
Right?
Gotcha.
it was small.
It's, yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It was very. It had this like You'd walk in like it was like a regular store, like a rectangular sort of, right? And then you go in and it kind of narrowed itself to the back.
Yeah,
Yeah, weird.
To like one door.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Like an outdoor.
The washroom.
Or something
Probably
like that.
Oh, Jesus.
If you were to watch Clerks now, it's probably the washroom that
Probably is, yeah.
Well, even
that
back
she
then.
bones the dead guy in.
Yep.
Amazing, yeah.
Right? So, yeah, it was really neat. It was cool.
It was really awesome.
And then, yeah, we hung out outside and had a soda pop and a smoke and hung out on the wall.
Soda pop.
Got told that we were in front of the fake Quick Stop for some reason.
Yeah, some idiots. Whatever.
Some idiots drove by and said, that's not the real Quick Stop.
Yeah, they lied.
Yeah.
Whatever, that's fine. Because there's so many fucking quick stops around New Jersey, right?
I honestly
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah,
Right?
I love them, right? So,
But no, that was good times doing that.
that was cool.
What else did we do? Jesus, we went and hung out on Mr. Trump's front lawn.
We did.
Yeah, on at
Wow.
the Trump International Towers or whatever it is, just on the outside of Central Park.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, when I guess he was allowed to, do business in New York.
Yeah, maybe not now.
And this was, I guess, again, a long time before anybody thought that he was going to
be a president.
or
Right.
anything like that. He was just the "you're fired" guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he the "you're fired" guy by that
I'm
point?
pretty sure he was the "you're fired" guy.
He's doing the Apprentice at that point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't. I might have been fresh, but I definitely.
Well,
think
yeah, it definitely would have been fresh.
would have been, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Wiped out on my skateboard real good in front of the Ed Sullivan Theater where Dave Letterman was shot. Yeah. And it was nice. I had somebody call out of a car window, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
What else? Oh, one of the highlights is we saw a scene from 30 Rock being
Oh,
filmed
nice.
right outside the same theater.
Yeah,
Tracy
excellent.
Morgan and Jack McBayer, who plays Kenneth.
Oh, nice.
The page
Shit.
there. And yeah, we saw that go down, and
Cool.
Pretty awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
Nice.
it was just so much. It was an experience.
It was
So I have to
crazy.
ask, because I haven't actually asked this yet. How long were you guys actually there?
8 days.
Oh, okay,
less
no.
than that.
No, we were there
Was
for
it?
yeah.
That was
8
only like
days.
5.
I'm confident it was definitely
okay,
8
no.
days.
No,
That's
Yeah.
actually
Because we
shit,
ran out of
impressed.
money. You had to call your mom for more money,
that's right.
right? Yeah,
That's right.
That's right. So that's one of the reasons because we stayed, and I'm pretty sure we could have stayed longer if we had a reason to, but
Because we ate $2 hot dogs.
exactly, yeah. But yeah, 8 days we were there. It was
That's impressive shit.
We
Yeah.
found something to do every day. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then coming back, you could tell them come back
Uh-oh.
across the border.
Yeah. So what we did is we bought some marijuana in New York.
Ooh, no.
And we decided that it probably wouldn't be a great idea to cross the
Oh,
border
no.
with the marijuana.
Forgot about this.
So this was I think we had 8 joints or something like that.
Oh,
my
man.
word.
We smoked them all.
Oh, my word.
We smoked them all, and we get up to the border,
Oh, shit.
and it was the exact opposite of what I expected. It was this dude reading a fucking book in a little shack.
It's in the middle of the
Yep.
night.
This little white
Yep.
shack in the
Yeah,
middle
yeah.
of the night. We pull up, and he's like, how long were you gone? Told him 8 days or whatever.
Yeah.
Why were you there? Just hanging out, doing stuff,
Yeah,
hanging out,
visiting, traveling.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
Looks at us, looks at his book. All right, see you later.
Yeah. Well, no, he said anything to declare? Nope.
Oh yeah, no, all right, see you
See you
later.
later.
He didn't want to do his job. That's for damn sure.
Dude, that is good. I've
Well,
never had that.
To be
Shit.
fair, we were the only ones coming through the border at that time. There
That's-
was
yeah.
nobody there, right?
My experience every time coming back at that type where it's completely effing empty is they're bored
yeah, they don't care.
and
Yeah.
they pull you on over.
oh, Jesus, oh Lord.
Because again, I fly out of Detroit a lot, and again, anytime mostly when I'm out with Shan, always coming home from Vegas for some stupid reason, and yeah, car gets torn apart. That's amazing shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I remember noticing because the back seat
Yeah.
had been popped up, and I was like, oh yeah, they
really tore it up.
went over this fucker.
Yeah, they did.
That's for sure.
That's nuts.
There was other things
so many things.
we planned to go to White Castle, but we never did.
Never made
Yeah,
it.
I've never been to a White Castle.
That's why we have to do it again. We have to do us 3 go to New York and
Yeah, I will. So I have to admit, on my list, I have to get back to New York once. I have to get back to Vegas once.
Yeah.
And I have it still in my head, and I don't really have a good reasoning as to why. I really have to want to go to Boston.
oh yeah, me too. I'd love to go to
Yeah.
Boston.
And Chicago would be a nice.
Boston. Chicago for sure. Chicago. One day I'm going to Chicago for All Out, which is a big wrestling event.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
definitely
For me,
doing.
it's just Blues Brothers.
Oh, I want to do all of it, but I just want that to be a part of it because that would be an awesome
It's on my
time.
list.
I
I
wanna-
figure next this year maybe.
I want to drive to Chicago
Yeah.
In a decommissioned cop car.
Yeah.
Half pack of cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Yeah.
Or a full pack of cigarettes, half a tank of gas.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's go.
Popeye cigarettes nowadays, but still.
Popeye. I don't even think they call them candy sticks.
Oh, they do.
Remember
yeah.
back in the day? Remember you can get them and they had like a little
the
red,
light. Yeah, the
little
Popeye
red,
cigarettes.
but it was like there's a little red
yeah.
candy paint on the end.
Yeah,
of
I remember
one end,
those.
Yeah.
My
I was
dad
using
would,
them as pens.
yeah, my dad would go and buy a pack of smokes for himself, and I'd get that, and he would sit there light up, and I go, just with him.
I gotta assume that like Popeye cigarettes or candy sticks were clearly a marketing tool by the tobacco companies, right? Like it had.
You
want to
talk? Okay, here. First of all, we're getting distracted, but we're gonna keep going. Do you not remember the fucking chocolate packs of cigarettes?
Yes.
They were actual packs of cigarettes, like replica packs of cigarettes
Yes,
that had
I
like
do.
Paris or New York or London.
Tear off the freaking
And you pulled it
thing.
out, and it was the paper on the outside was white with the filter,
remember that,
and it was
yeah.
a fucking piece of chocolate.
I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How is
I
that
would-
okay? How is that ever
Yeah,
okay?
different times.
I guess so.
It was
Holy
the
shit.
80s.
That paper
Yeah.
tasted delicious, though.
All right.
I would eat the paper
I
too.
hate the paper.
Yeah.
I got time to try to tear this thing out.
Yeah, no, you just eat the entire effing thing.
Yeah,
I've forgotten about those shit.
Oh, that's
Nice.
crazy. Yeah, that's a fun memory. But yeah, that's definitely. Damn you, tobacco companies. Your fault I started smoking.
I don't know if
first.
we can blame the tobacco companies for that one.
No, you can't. They were
Not
delicious
so much.
chocolate. Yeah.
What else did we do, Chris? We went through that pretty quick. What
I
else?
felt like we did, but like it's just because it all happened so blurfully.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fully.
I remember experience buying drugs there. That was definitely something I did not
weird.
expect. Before it was legal, in case you don't know, if you didn't buy marijuana when here, but it wasn't. You basically had a guy, unless you grew it yourself. You had a guy, and whatever they had, you'd buy it off them. Yeah. And it's just
Yeah,
about
that's what you
$10 a
got.
gram. There was no like AA, AAA, none of that.
No.
None of that. It was like
$10 a gram.
I got this. You want this? Yeah, I do. The one time I remember, and I would love to say his name, but I won't because I don't even know him anymore. But the one guy who knew a guy brought over this display, and he came with like a duffel bag, and I was like, okay, this is cool. What you got, man? Like,
This was here?
yeah, this is in Canada. Yeah,
Okay.
this is- yeah. And he pulls it out like he's like a showman.
Oh,
And he's got like zips it out, puts out these side panels, and puts this one.
That's
one.
from a
I'm like,
movie, isn't it?
it did. Yes, it did. No, I might have wrote it. But it definitely did feel like this moment, right? And I'm like, holy shit. And he's got like levels and his prices were all great. So that outside of that, the experience we've all had was here's your money. Or
I never had that experience.
Never did.
No.
But that was definitely different, which the only way I knew about dope or pot dealing in New York was Half Baked.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I knew. And like, I thought that would be cool, but I thought that was movie magic. Like, I didn't think that actually happened. Like,
But it did.
But it did.
But it did.
And
Because we were asked, like, what do you want? Lows, mids, or highs?
yes.
And we're like, huh?
Yeah.
What is this? How much is this? What do you speak of? Where do we get the? Oh, the guy drives it over.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking delivery?
You can win. They just bring it here.
She's gonna come here
Is
with
it right
it?
here? It's like, are they allowed to come here with that? I don't know if they're allowed to do that. And the funny thing is, we bought way too little because we're cautious and paranoid and shit the first
Right.
time around. Like, we went through it in like 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it didn't last. And then, like, maybe we should buy more, but maybe we should buy more of the powerful stuff. Whatever we want to do, right?
And then you bought too much and had a nice
Well,
collection.
yeah, exactly. And that's what happened
That
with
was
our
a-
trip home, right?
Really easy 9 hours to drive. I'll tell you that right
Jesus,
now.
was it ever? But I remember that being just a really interesting experience. I remember a lot of the great conversations we had with the locals there, even us panhandling in front of the Tim Hortons Times Square,
Yeah,
Nice.
we tried to.
screwing around.
We have a picture of it of Chris holding his. I'm pretty sure it was
well, there's not this one,
hat,
but maybe
exactly
similar.
like-
Yeah.
like that, holding it out.
Yeah.
We found a Tim Hortons. That was
did,
that was
yeah.
great. That was
Yeah,
fun.
don't
Yeah,
remember
I actually
I think you
remember.
were-
I remember. Yeah, I was helping to set that up.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that was him.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Cold Stone
Yeah.
Tim Hortons
Cold Stone
in
Tim Hortons,
Times
yeah.
Square.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I wasn't there personally, but the organization
Yeah.
I
Oh.
worked for, we were the ones
well,
helping
we
support
drank coffee from
digital signage. We were doing the digital signage.
that was a big thing because I remember the digital signage
Yeah.
being a massive
That was
feature
us.
there. That
Yep.
was you guys.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
that was us.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we were connected.
Yeah,
You know,
it's all there.
That's
Yeah.
all matter.
there. Oh, I had a. Oh yeah, we. So I think it was one of the last days we ended up going down to. Is it called the Financial District?
Yep.
I believe it would have been the Financial
Oh, okay,
District.
down. Yeah, I know what you're.
The south end.
Yeah, gotcha. You go all the way down. I went down there to the buildings.
Oh my God, holy!
We got off the subway around the Port Authority.
Yeah,
I think, and kind of walked around there, and then we found a spot where you could see the Statue of Liberty.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And then we went up to where the World Trade Centers were.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I have never felt that feeling before in my life.
Mm-hmm.
There was just the heaviness of that area.
Yeah,
was so surreal.
Yeah,
was like, I mean, I've been upset before. I've been sad before. I've been but it like, man, it was so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And then we went. They had like a little makeshift museum for
I remember
Memorial Museum.
Yeah, I remember the similar thing.
I just bawled my eyes out, man. I'll admit it. I was looking at everything and I just started crying. It was like,
in my case, I didn't cry, but I do understand that essence of it, because it was that whole, like, for us, one of those just holy shit, like, yeah, there's no good explanation, at least for myself.
There's two giant holes in the ground.
Yeah, to help.
Like,
and we all knew it had happened, but when being there was just.
Yeah, it's. I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like you could feel the city was wounded.
It was heavy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was heavy. Yeah.
Like,
definitely.
It was like. Yeah. I don't think my soul has ever felt that heavy before.
I don't. Yeah, that's.
Well, and it's because we're there. It's all of the shit that went on. We knew, we felt bad, all these things, but to be there in that person, and it's just, fuck.
Yeah.
And again, it's one of those human, at least in my opinion, human things of, yeah, we were there, we experienced it in our ways, but now to actually be there in the same exact spot that all those people experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Fuck.
It's heavy.
Then we found a store that spanned, like, I don't know if you remember this. It was like one store, but it was like 7 different storefronts, but it was all the same company or the same name.
Weird.
And it was like one store had like electronic shit, and then one store had like clothes in it, and then one store had like records in it, and then and it was like this one store, but it was like this whole block of buildings of different,
like the Walmart of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
It was weird.
It was really weird.
It was crazy.
It's funny you describe it that way, and it reminds me, and again, jumping a bit, South Korea, we went down into some basement thing, and the entire basement was full of these little mini stores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I've heard of such things, yeah.
And you literally could walk like through an entire neighborhood underground through the stores.
Oh, yeah, that's Asia in a nutshell. They've got these catacombs of just stores.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it's
really
unbelievable.
Cool. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, I know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What else? Jeez. There's a whole lot of shit.
It's a lot.
Broke my skateboard wheel.
That was a bad
broke the
day.
bearing. Yeah,
that was a bad day.
That was the day I took my tumble
because we couldn't take. We
At
didn't
least
have any
BJ
money
had the thing to fix it.
Yes.
I mean, I guess we could. I guess. I mean, probably didn't know how much it would have cost. Probably would have only cost like $30 to fix the bearing.
Probably would have cost that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Could have grabbed trucks and done what we do, but
it wasn't even the trucks; it was just the bearing.
Oh, it's the bearing. Yeah, we can find that. Yeah, but yeah, we didn't find many skate shops. That wasn't like a thing. I'm sure they were around, but that wasn't like just wasn't on our agenda.
I'm sure it would have been something to hunt down.
Yeah, like toy shops and comic book shops. Which again, we really didn't do any of that stuff either. Which F.A. Schwartz, sure, but like the fact that we didn't go to any of the major comic book shops in New York City is kind of a wonderment.
Well, we went to the important comic book shop.
Well, sure, we did, but I'm saying like there's just other ones that I don't know. It's kind of interesting. That
those other ones, they're just as
Midtown Comics is a big one I'm thinking of. Okay, smart asses, but yeah, there's other ones I thought we would have visited, but it just wasn't a thing.
Didn't happen. Yeah,
it
was weird. It's like we did everything and nothing.
Well, it's kind of what it felt like.
Those are great trips, though.
It really was, because we had no agenda for what we were doing, like nothing. It was like, okay, what we're gonna do? Well, let's just head out and figure it out.
Just go do, enjoy,
and it turned out to be a really great and wild time. Stuff that like you just without hesitation, be like, yeah, let's go on the trip. Like, that was the best thing he could have said, because I mean, it's just like, okay, and we figured it out. And like, I don't recommend anyone out there to travel broke. Okay, don't do that. However,
unless you enjoy eating street corner hot dogs,
but it does give you an interesting perspective and an interesting position, because
Fair.
what it does
That is fair.
is it puts you at the mercy of what's going to happen next. You don't get a choice. He's like, oh, you got to go with it, or nothing's going to happen.
Right.
And I feel like because of that, we had a freaking killer time. But whereas if, let's say, we had a agenda.
Well, yeah, the
hotels,
agenda. We're booked to be here. We're booked to be there.
It
Yeah.
probably wouldn't be fine.
Yeah.
It would just.
I got to see the show there, but of course, I didn't have it booked. We walked up and we're like, is there any seats left? And we went to it. So still, we paid a couple of bucks for it.
For sure. Well, the one show that I will see the next time in New York is, I've already seen it in Toronto, but the Book of Mormon. That is definitely.
Oh yeah,
Is it still
I would love
ongoing?
to see that.
It's still going.
It's coming. Well, I don't know if it's still going, but they are bringing it back.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the first run is run its course, but they're going to do another on Broadway.
I'm
Nice.
confident they will.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I would probably go catch that one. I hear a lot of good things about it.
You will love it.
Yeah.
You of all people. You'll
Are
love
we
it.
allowed to go there now?
So, according to the latest statistics, and by the time this comes out, maybe things will change. But if not, from what I understand, Americans can come here, but we cannot go there.
Correct.
Just yet.
And they do not still don't accept any sort of double vaccine
Right.
that don't match.
Right.
So yeah,
That's right. Yeah. So
you
still
have
a
to
little
have
wonky.
consistent.
Which is weird because I just saw something I think it was from either Nashville or Detroit. Somebody playing a show saying that you could have either Pfizer or Moderna, and you were okay to.
Yeah.
It was like they were saying like you couldn't come into the show unless you were vaccinated, but
Oh,
you
yeah,
had to. It had to be 14 days after.
Yeah, but in
Pfizer
my case,
and or Moderna.
I'm Astra Moderna.
Right.
I think that's where the problem is now.
Yeah, for
is
sure.
the Astro.
Yeah, I'm the
Right.
that one. So
You're gonna get a booster.
let's see what comes out. Right now, I just feel confident, comfortable. I'll be honest. If it was hey Dave, you need to get a booster in order to go and do your Vegas trip,
Yeah.
you want to boost on both sides just for the shits and gigs.
Just before the flight. When?
Yeah, on the plane. I'm good. Whatever you want to do.
Exactly. I know.
Well, I'm playing roulette.
That's what I tell everybody.
exactly.
That's what I say. It's like, conspiracy, no conspiracy. I don't know. All I know is I want to travel again, and I can't travel unless I'm double vaccinated.
Yeah, and it has to be the consistent.
Right.
What's funny though is, and it's a good thing to kind of see, but the vaccination even here in town, I'm biking in to come to
Yeah.
the wonderful podcast, and they had the little thing out, the mealy trucks in front of the courthouse and all that good stuff, and right there you can sit down and get vaccinated.
See?
Really?
No
Yeah.
excuses.
See, now my question is how do they actually go in and look?
Oh yeah, they have computers,
They go-
laptops everywhere.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, because
It's
I
full
know
tilt.
I know that on your
Yeah, you get the sticker and it says
on the vaccination page that you get, it just says you have a valid double
Right.
dose.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Moderna and Pfizer. It just says the last brand that you got and that it was your second valid dose.
Yeah. So, and again, how things actually going to work across the border, I agree.
Yeah.
I truly don't know.
Yeah. But I guess they'll figure that out.
Yeah, but I was amused and I'm amused in the good way because I remember waiting. There was the fight. 7-year-old, 65.
Right.
People in hospitals, all the right things. But now it's they're doing the little. You can get a bite of meal, get your shot, go home. You're good.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
That works.
not even a thing anymore.
I'd probably eat first. but-
Probably would too.
I would eat first. Yeah, I have to admit, for me, first dose perfectly fine. Whether it be Astra or first, don't know. That second one, yeah. I had to lie down the next day. Just take it easy.
Okay.
I just felt kind of funky.
Yeah,
Not,
yeah, it
not
wasn't
even
horrible,
like
but-
sick or anything.
Yeah, I just yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I was
And I
much
had
the
a
same.
really sore arm for like 3 days.
My arm, I felt the arm.
The second time it wasn't as long as the first.
First, I didn't feel anything. Second time, it hit me more.
What was your highlight of New York, Chris? what was your
Back on
most,
topic.
What was your most favoriteest thing that we did?
Oh man, it's hard to say. I feel like the trip to Jersey, the skating, and the talking to Jews are like all at the same kind of level for me. Honestly, I like all three of those were great.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure we were in front of where John Lennon got shot, eh?
Oh, it's
Probably
possible.
right. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we walked
Yeah.
right by it going into the park one
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
My hotel was right across, just to the left.
Oh, it's just so much history of that freaking city. It's bonkers when you think about it.
Oh God, yeah.
What kills me is like, this was my second time there, but this is just as true the first time I was there. It's crazy how much I know my way around the city. Like, I know my way around
from movies and shows.
from movies and shows. Like I'm pretty well versed in how to travel
Except
around
for
New
the
York.
subway. Oh, yeah, wow.
Subway's such a pain in the ass, but yeah. But I just thought that. So what about you, AJ? What would you say is your top highlight? Obviously, the razor blade.
The razor blade was the best. No, Central Park.
Yeah,
I think that for me, I mean, I loved going to Jersey and seeing all that and doing all that. But for some reason, Central Park just, it felt like so many different parks, or so many different things,
south, north,
all rolled into one, because you had your area where there was the zoo.
Yeah.
And then you had,
yeah.
Like we found this really cool fountain.
Yeah.
That we kept calling the Friends Fountain, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the Friends Fountain
It
at all.
just kind of looked
gotcha,
like it.
Gotcha.
But to get down to it, you had to like go down some stairs and then go under this like little underpass sort of thing. And there was all these really cool, beautiful sort of, I don't want to say porcelain tile, like tile murals and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
I know I find myself seeing it in movies now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shit like that. I'm pretty sure it's in John Wick.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Stuff like that.
Confident it is.
Yeah.
So
it's like, hey, I've been there.
I've been there. I've seen it. I've stood in that spot.
Or seeing the horses and carriages, or all the
that was pretty cool.
buskers in Central
so
Park.
many buskers.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But each little area kind of had its own flavor.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The tennis courts were, for some reason, we were absolutely amazed at the fact that they were being used.
Yeah, like
don't
all
know
of them
why.
Hey,
but then we got ourselves watching good tennis. We're like, oh,
well, that's just it.
beans.
Going
Like,
back 10 years, that actually makes sense. Like, shit, I have a tennis court behind my house, and I've seen it used a few times.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So maybe that's why, right? Like we have tennis courts here, but you don't see them
No.
in use very often. Whereas there, it was like they were all
You had to
booked.
book time.
Yeah. Well, the one downtown you always see people in, but the outer ones, I agree, they're the same.
Yeah.
So I think that's, and just the skating around Central Park and around
really
the city
fun.
itself.
I'm sure that was cool.
For some reason, not feeling like I was going to get run over by a car, even though we were cruising down like the middle of the street.
Shit,
Stuff
nice.
like that.
That was
Nice.
crazy, weaving in and out of traffic on Times Square and beyond.
Yeah.
That was interesting. But you're right, never felt in danger. Never felt like it was going to be a problem.
Yeah, nice.
That was weird, but great. It's just a very safe and weird and dangerous city.
The man running into the subway car.
Yeah.
I think that would be my number 2.
Oh, number 2.
Well, because like when you're in a subway, you don't know what the fuck's going on, and it's stopped. Like and you're underground.
And those are the old subways.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to assume that they're similar to us, like in Toronto, where the new subways are just amazing in comparison.
Yeah. These were. You'd have your column A, column B for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think more so we were on the older style.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, but it was definitely one hell of an experience, and good, bad, or otherwise, I wouldn't take it back for anything.
I don't think they call it Grand Central Station. Their main station is it not Penn Station? Their main subway station.
Talking about how I know around New York. I don't know.
One of the two. Well, the ceiling.
Oh yeah, that's Grand Central
So
Station.
is that Grand Central?
Yeah, with the shots that we have.
Yeah.
yeah.
The ceiling.
Okay, gotcha.
They had like crazy artwork on the ceiling.
Yeah,
that's
celestials and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of
I've seen that.
stars.
That's
and
nice.
Unicorns or Pegasus.
Crazy to see how many.
Pegasi.
Nice.
Just like octopi.
I'm always bewildered by this, but how many like sweet sports cars we saw? Which there was lots. There's Ferraris and Lamborghinis, but it's like, where are you driving them?
You're not driving for driving. You're driving for show.
You're definitely driving for show, right? Like there's no.
And I'm surprised we only got asked to buy drugs once downtown.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
I think we were sitting on the side having a cigarette.
Yeah.
Just off to I think we were in like a courtyard for a business, like an office building or something like that. And some dude came by and asked if we wanted to buy some cocaines, I think it was.
Yeah.
We're like, no.
No, we're good, thanks.
And then you say okay and left?
Yeah.
See, that's good. That's okay.
That's what I found. Like I don't know where they get this New York people are assholes image from, because
I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think that's it. For our generation, I agree. It's very much New York is actually a nice, fun place to go and visit. Don't get me wrong. It's like anywhere. There's shit. Of course there's shit. There's shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I think it's just that time thing. Whereas had we gone in the 80s, we may have experienced something different.
Oh, considering the crime.
Well, that's what I mean. It was
Everybody's
different.
all coked out.
Yeah. It was a far different time.
sure.
Everything.
It's probably more visibly run by possibly mafia.
Guaranteed it was.
Yeah.
Whereas now that I think that's a little more behind.
It's behind the scenes.
Behind the
it's
scenes.
quieter. Yeah.
Giuliani's not a mob boss anime anymore. No, just kidding.
Yeah, we're not going to bring him up. That's
No,
a
we're
whole
not.
Other...
No, he's just the star of Borat too.
That's true. Yeah, he is. I know.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, it all comes back full circle.
Cool.
Anything else we want to talk about New York, boys?
Oh,
What
I want to know about. I want to know all about. What
Oh, I touched on really the highlights.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was just Shannon and I. I think that was the first trip her and I actually went together out of the country. Yeah, that was our first together, and it was great. We were only out there, I think, 4 or 5 days, something like that. It was just good time, hotel. We ate a lot of good food.
Did you do the M&M store? Did you go to the M&M?
We did go to some chocolate thing. I don't recall the exact store. I do remember the Toys R Us because I just remember multiple levels and the piano wasn't there.
Right.
But yeah, I don't remember if we went to that. We probably did.
The M&M store was a trip.
It was a really cool trip. I liked
It was
that.
crazy. You see, like they had like big tubes of like.
Yeah, that
single-colored
sounds familiar,
M&Ms
but it might be one of those, like, I'm aware of it. I don't have any big jumping out at me memories about it.
Yeah.
But no, great trip. Again,
chocolate
New York
comes
to me is one of those places. Go to it. Like, at least once in your life. Go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do the
afford to
wander
go.
around, all those things, because it is kind of, and you guys brought it up, everybody there was nice. Like, it was all just, everybody's doing their own shit, but everybody was nice.
The old cowboy lady with her titties hanging out in Times Square.
Nice.
You remember that?
Probably.
Apparently, she's like a famous fixture in
Nice.
Times Square. She's got the
Oh, yes,
acoustic
I remember
guitar.
that. Yes,
She's
yes,
like
yes,
Well, I remember
yes,
the
yes.
in her like
dude.
60s.
Yeah, I remember the dude, but I don't remember any ladies.
There's a lot
I
of-
definitely, and I didn't see either.
A lot of fixtures of Times Square.
Go see Times Square. That's just
Go to
wow.
Bubba Gump.
Bubba
Gump Shrimp Company.
Yeah.
Go see yourself a free movie. Maybe get a personality test.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows?
Nice.
Yeah. Good
Cool.
time.
Yeah, definitely a go-to at least once. in
Yeah,
life.
I'd
At
go. I'd
least.
do it again.
Oh, I would too.
I can't. We really should plan a trip. We'll do a whole Sarcastic Distractions
In
thing.
New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah,
Nice.
just like
Sold.
that.
This time next
We'll
year,
get distracted.
out of
We
New
will.
York.
Yeah. If we're allowed. Who knows? Yeah.
Knock on wood. This time next year, please let life re-begin. F for F for F.
Yes. And if you out there have had an opportunity to go to New York, opportunity to go to New York or New Jersey, share that experience with us.
Well, New Jersey's
Maybe not
nice.
New
but
Jersey.
anyway.
Yeah, share your experiences. Let us know what your thoughts are. What's it like traveling broke if you've done it? What's it like just impromptu going to an awesome city like New York, and how did that play out?
What's your favorite dirty water dog spot?
Exactly.
Mine was at the corner of.
That's true, right?
But fuck, were they good?
They were good.
They were
You can't
delicious.
complain. You
Nice.
can't. There's no complaints from this
No.
guy.
$2 for a
all the
hot
food
dog-
was
hot dog.
great.
Hot
Yeah.
dog.
But yeah, share your stories. We want to know. We want to connect about New York and beyond and all that good stuff. So please let us know. And thanks for not judging us too harshly for the things that we did.
And don't bring razor blades in your
Do
shirt.
not.
Yes, do not. Do
yeah.
not.
And no,
Do
the
not.
more you know, the more you know.
That's right.
Do-do-do-do.
Quick side note out there for anybody that is feeling a little unwell upstairs. Just do yourself a favor. Know that you matter to us, you matter to those that are around you, and just have a chat with those that can talk with you, talk what's going on upstairs, because it's important. Outside of that, I've been Harvey.
Dave Shergold.
Hey, I'm walking in.
I'm AJ.
And thanks so much for watching and joining us on this journey. And that's what we like to call a sarcastic distraction. Have yourself a great day. Peace.
I know.
Take care, all.